So I'm here in a library and I want to do some blind reviews, meaning I have not looked at the magazines beforehand. So I just took a lot of women's magazines now, and a few of them I know. For example, Annabelle, I know a Bolero exists. I knew that a Brigitte exists. There is even Brigitte Oui. Yes, and Brigitte Woman. There is 3 of them. So let's look at them real quick and just try to get out. Well, yoga. I call yogurt because yoga is like so unnecessary. I'd rather do Tai Chi than yoga, just because everyone is into yoga. And yoga, if you ask me, is about breathing in the right way. So when you do really intense movements, you breathe in, and when you relax, you breathe out. But usually yoga is just about showing off your body. And when men are included in the class, it gets even stranger. So, Psychologie Today, this magazine is called, and it talks about yoga. How come? Why do all the women have to do yoga and be slim and to have this pressure put upon them to have a body that looks like what do you call the people that teach you at school about gymnastics and all of that? Can't we just all be individual and not have this sort of body like this? Hello? It's not natural to have a body like this. So, in this magazine, it's about this and that. It looks like, it seems to be about psychology quite a lot. Like, in a kind of public and easy way. So, now here it is about the psychology of your hair. What is it here? So here it says that when people take medicine, it kind of drives them more into their psychiatric situation rather than getting them out of it. So that's the new findings. I could have told you myself. So here it's about self-doubt, and that's the woman we saw. So why do we all doubt ourselves so much? I know why, because we are low in dopamine. We are so stressed out that when regulating the way we eat or doing yoga regularly, we feel empowered and we get this extra dose of dopamine hormones making us feel good. That's the reason why. I don't know where to put this one, so I put it into my bag. So, yeah. And instead of telling people that it's all about the hormones, they go like making it a psychiatric question. About who likes himself and has good self-esteem. Yeah, these two belong together. And then you can get through uncertain situations more easily. Oh, how come? There it says, I never seem to finish things. That's something I learned about reading books. When you read a book, you know that once you will have finished reading this book, so it gives you a dose of dopamine as well. So I can tell you there is a other way to get good feelings in, and this is by iDoser, it is called. This is where you can buy CDs and they will make you feel dizzy or happy or sleepy or in a meditative mood or good for working. They have the really easy ones where you just have like alpha and delta and theta and whatever brain frequencies that get created when you listen to these CDs, eyes closed and with earphones. And others, they will really make you tipsy. So they are called I-doser. Doser. So they don't tell me in here that there is some up-to-date help for this hormone situation, which is real bad nowadays because we feel bad. We see all these slim women, then we see all these magazines not giving us help. So we feel, if this woman can do it, so why can't I? Is it a psychology question, or is it rather about, a society that is not right, like giving us all these wrong images and concepts about how you have to look like and feel like. You don't feel over the top every day because you don't run a marathon every day, do you? And you don't pass tests like every day of your life. You can see by this example that you need to train a lot to actually run a marathon and to do a lot of learning before tests. So once you did that, then you might have a day where you feel over the top happy, but otherwise you just don't. It's not normal. So when we feel normal, why do these magazines make it the problem? So here it's about history. People don't know where they stem from. Well, this is the cheapest coffee in this town, and it's the best one as well. So I know where I stem from. I asked the council at my home canton, the district I come from, if they could tell me the name of my parents' parents and their parents even I got now. So they were probably dealing with coal because they were called like that. And otherwise they all come from Hungary, like and worked for the Christian, the Pope up there, because it's where I come from. I'm up the hill and down there is a monastery and everything. So they kind of were very sort of close to the Christian faith, and also, yeah, farmers. Now it says we should put greens into our offices and homes, which is really a bad decision. You should do the other way around. You should yourself go into parks and into the nature, the woods and everything. Because when you are in a bad mood because being inside, the plants will suffer likewise. There were tests like when people were having mean thoughts towards plants, those plants weren't growing, and the plants that got thoughts like love and we love you and nice, you're growing that nicely and stuff like that, those plants were growing better, like they were better looking in the end. Here it says that if we plan the future, we are more capable of living a sorrowless life. I do that a lot, making plans. When I make plans, I tend to not do these things that I planned because I've gone through them in my head so very if I'm not starting tomorrow early on, I won't, and leave my bike down here, I probably won't do it. Like when I leave my bike far away from home, I will have to go and get the bike. So that I was kind of thinking, because our brain doesn't have eyes directly, so when you do planning, then your brain goes like living all these things as if though they were real already. So now there it is about yoga. This yogurt thing I really hate. I hate it because it hasn't got to do with our whereabouts, you know. There is Tai Chi, which is much better, slow movements. Like when science says already that doing Tai Chi, you get the most out of doing any sort of sports. Why wouldn't they promote Tai Chi then? Why do they all promote yoga? The 5 Tibetan exercises are a form of yoga. But yoga, you have like one position you hold. And this one is very much recommended by a lot of sports medicines. But then in Tai Chi, you also tend to do these slow movements from one of those exercises to the next. You can say, if you do that in yoga, then you get the same. Like if you have a routine and you always go through your positions and link them with a slow movement, that one could work, but otherwise it's just not as efficient as Tai Chi with the slow movements. The thing about these exercises is that you have to hold a position like for 30 seconds or so that you are like squeezing certain areas of your skeleton ligaments, so that where you're not squeezing them, all the life energy, water and minerals and whatever is needed there can get in there. That's why it is so healthy doing this. I learned from having aches, like when you have lower back pain, you go into the internet and there it says you have to do movements that stretch this front part of your legs muscles, because they are like over tightened. That's why you get the back pains and the knee pains as well. Oh no, it says you have to get stomach muscles, then the lower back pain will vanish. And if you have knee problems, it's always because this portion, the front of your leg, is too tight. So then, of course, it makes sense to do these kind of positions and hold them for quite a long time. Also, you don't do certain movements in a normal life, like turn your spine in a spiral motion. So because of that, it makes sense to actually do that from time to time. And there is a Tai Chi exercise where you roll a ball, and this rolling of this ball makes your spine go all the way towards one direction and then you turn the other way. So yeah,